Right, from the ribbon menu, we're going to go to the rail tools and we're going to go to horizontal regression, and we're going to use the pull down and select single horizontal regression. I'm going to select the curvature line. Now, you don't have to select the whole length of the option that you think represents a line or a curve. I'm going to select along this first line here, so I'm just going to briefly just window in so I can see those first set of points. So the first point I'm going to select just outside the range of 0. Okay, so that means so I can collect the data for the point at 0. So that's going to be my first data point. I'm now going to move to the right, and you can see the line that's been displayed there. It's like a red dashed line, is the point selection control line. So this tells the software where you're starting and where you're ending with your selection. I'm now going to go about as far as station 800. And again, that's going to be my second data point. Right, I'm now going to stretch vertically so I can go up or down to select the points. Now, I'm not going to include this spike here and that spike there. So my curvature diagram will look of the point selected like that, and you'll see the maximum slew on the diagram box is 71 mil. So I'm going to accept that point selection. I'm now going to use my element selection tool, and in the profile view I'm going to select this box, and I'm going to go to the context sensitive toolbar and go to the properties of the box, and you can see here it's telling me the standard error and the maximum slew. It's also telling me the location of the first point, the location of the second point, and the envelope that I've created here. That's the depth of the envelope. We're now going to proceed to our next element, which is this element here. So again, I'm going to go back to single horizontal regression. I'm going to select my curvature line, and again I'm going to use the method automatic, and I'm going to start these points at station 1000. So roughly going to go from here and use my regression control line and go to roughly about station 1610. And you can see there I just increased the magnification using my roll key on my mouse, and I'm roughly going to go about here, and I'm going to include all these points. So I'm just going to make my box roughly about that size so all the points are included, and again accept the selection. And again you can see here the maximum error is quite good there. It's roughly about 0.004 of a millimeter. That's because all the points lie very close to the regressed line. So we're now going to move away, and I'm now going to look at these points down here. And again, I'm going to use my first point selection to roughly go from about station 1860. And I'm going to go again with my regression control line all the way through to roughly about station 220. And again, I'm going to expand the box and select all the points. And the last set of points that I'm going to regress. Again, is this line here. And again, we're going to set it to automatic. Again, I'm just going to window in slightly. And we're going to go from station 2500, which is about here. Again, go through all the way to station 3000. I could go all the way to the end, but I'm only doing 3 kilometers of this track. And again, I'm including all the points. And again, that's now accepted the creation of those 4 elements within my design. I could at any point revisit those boxes and change them, edit them, but I'm quite happy with them at the moment. And I'm just going to close out the regression view. So that particular box I'm removing, and you can see now there are my 4 elements. If again I go back to home, go to level display and just take off the display of the regressed line, which was the white line in the background, you can see here is my 4 elements. If I would again use my element selection tool to select that element, go to the properties, you can see it gives you the information about the maximum slew, the standard error. Also, if I was to select it again, I can go to the report box and that will tell me what type of element it is. And you can see here it's a circular curve, it's a left-handed curve, and that's the total length of the curve. So any of these boxes, any of these elements you can get the information about.